Justice League. We're going to see him in a solo movie by 2020, I think.
Or 2020 or
Well,
2022.
I think with Cyborg, they're wanting to wait. And as much trouble as they seem to be having with Batman and Flash right now, I don't know.
Actually, that's a good
I
point.
don't
Because
see a lot of trouble there.
Well, Flash's script is being completely rewritten.
That's not.
So was Ant-Man's.
That's true.
I mean, it's not. That's not. It's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just they just see things that they just want to improve with it.
Well,
and then there's the news recently that we actually posted on our webpage, the Comic Boot on Facebook, where we had an article about Ben Affleck stepping down as the director of Batman.
Which, I mean, I have a very fundamental issue with social media where shit like this is concerned. And get ready for a rant because this is about to go deep. So I get disgusted by Facebook and Twitter and all these fake comic book news sites. And I'm so frustrated where this is concerned because they take these articles and they don't read the articles or they don't bother to read the articles. And like when Affleck stepped down as the director, I was on Facebook for God knows what reason besides, being on our page, which actually whenever news happens, we report it and we report it cleanly because we actually go to the sites and go to the sources. But people were headline sniping. Affleck steps down from Batman or whatever, but they didn't bother to read the fucking article where it's just he's stepping down as being a director. He's still producing, writing, and starring as Batman. But people wanted to go ahead and squash everything that the Batman was built up to be at this point in time and just say, well, it's over. And part of that is also that people blatantly and purposefully like to go into DC fan sites or Marvel fan sites or whoever it is and just stir shit. And that's what they do. They are paid shit stirrers. And what I'm saying, I guess, more than anything else, is that because of these I hate to use that term, these fake news sites, like CBR is one of them, and I know that sometimes they do good stuff, but 99% of the time it's all bullshit. There's Facebook groups like everything DC and Marvel or DC Marvel.
Or the ones we got kicked off of. Yeah,
and it's a complete frustration for me because I don't understand why people choose to believe that shit. And I ran into a guy on Facebook the other day. Actually, it was today. And it was on a DCEU fan page on Facebook. And he goes, let's see how long it lasts now that Ben has stepped down or whatever. And it's like, dude, did you even read the article?
It's still happening.
Right. And I just don't get it. Or like these headlines, these clickbait headlines is another thing that just absolutely drives me crazy. But speaking of news, that's my rant about social media.
Oh, thank God.
Don't get on social media to get comic book news. Period. Not worth it.
Or if you see something, Google it.
Well, people. The fact of the matter is, people aren't going to do that because they're not as invested. They would rather read the headline. My wife does it. She'd rather read the headline and move on, and that's what she does. She goes to Yahoo headlines twice or three times a day. She reads the headline and she moves on.
So does she think she's like eating a virus and ham or something every other day?
I don't know, but that's. I'm like, where'd you hear that? And then I'm left doing all the fucking homework on it, trying to figure out how legit this is.
Quell her fears. It's like,
let me find out for you.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not that she asked me to do that, but I'll be damned if I'm going to have anyone in my family. And this may be an asshole thing for me to say, but anyone in my family believing just bullshit fucking headlines because they're stupid. And basically, I guess what I'm saying.
Did you say your family's stupid?
No, it's stupid to do that.
Okay, I just had to clarify.
And I guess this is my endorsement for if you want real comic book news, just join us at the Comic Boot on Facebook.
And Twitter at the Comic Boot.
And Twitter, and you can email us at thecomicboot@gmail.com if you have any questions about anything. But so that's my thing. But speaking of news, some news has broken, and we've gone over. Ben Affleck did step down as director of the Batman movie, but he is still writing it with Jeff Johns. It is getting a page one rewrite, I think, from someone that's going to go in and kind of make it I don't know what they're going to do to it.
They're just like a script doctor.
Yeah, and they're going to go in and doctor it a little bit to
like
make it more palatable.
Yes, Carrie Fisher, rest her soul, was a brilliant script doctor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, she included a lot of the dialogue and stuff in Star Wars. Like she would read
shit.
over it and she would edit it to really bring Princess Leia to life.
Oh god, we need her back. And we
Right.
still have Justin Bieber. Anyway,
There's no justice in the world.
there is no fucking justice in the world. Although his Super Bowl commercial was really good.
I didn't see
My
it.
favorite one was the Mr. Clean one.
That was my wife's favorite one. What does that say about you?
It was fucking funny.
It wasn't funny.
It was too.
I didn't watch the Super Bowl, so
Why?
I don't have cable.
Oh, cheap ass excuse. Anyway, so Ben Affleck won't direct the Batman, and
But his reason, he said that
it's too much,
it's too much for him to do, and he wants to,
and good for him.
and he basically just wants to be the best Batman that he can possibly
And you know how
be.
big of a pain in the ass it's going to be if he's wearing a cowl to get behind there and look at freaking shorts for the day.
Give me a minute. I mean, give me a minute. Sorry.
I mean,
like,
I don't blame him at all for
He's
that.
like, I can't see out this fucking thing.
And I mean, he also said that he wants to work with whoever does take on the direction of that movie, which I'm fine with. And with him and Jeff Johns writing the script, I'm good.
I mean, Ben Affleck has won Academy Awards for his script writing.
Well, yeah, he won
directing.
He won for Argo and Good Will Hunting. He's won Oscars for.
Yeah. Was it Pearl Harbor in that? That wasn't him, was it?
No, well, he started,
He started
Pearl
in it,
Harbor,
but he wasn't like.
Oh,
it's like
my
I think World War II just broke out with Josh Hartnett or whatever his name is. It's like, no, World War II's been going on for quite a while, buddy. Yeah. So also in news, Aquaman has cast 2 people. They have found their Black Manta, which is I'll say the last 2 names.
These are 2 actors that James he has trouble.
So the first guy is from
pronouncing their names.
The Get Down, the Netflix series that had like
Who did he play in The Get Down?
I don't know. It was Smith, the younger Smith, was in that one.
Yeah, Jaden Smith is in it.
Smith is in that one. So this is
Yaya.
I don't know. Yahya. I'm so sorry, we can't say that. Yahya Abdul Mateen II, and he is going to be playing Black Manta, which I am.
Who is
stoked.
a murderous scuba diver.
Yeah, who
has a very strong vendetta against left
Well,
hands.
Yeah, and the thing about it,
hand chop.
the thing about it is that his hate for Aquaman stems from Aquaman killing his dad. You know, and so
Yeah.
Aquaman kills Manta's father.
Is that Rebirth?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But it continues into Rebirth. So it's
No,
New
I asked
52.
you. Oh, it's New 52.
Yeah,
It goes into
but
Rebirth. Okay.
Manta is the main villain for like the first 14 issues or whatever they just ended in Aquaman.
Okay.
Because he takes over, he kills the Fisher King, becomes the Fisher King, and takes over the secret organization Nemo, which is really hilarious that it's called Nemo and it's underwater. Anyway.
I think that was kind of the point.
Yeah. So, but he eventually is defeated and brought to justice, but Blackjack is still out there. So, spoiler alert. The other person that they have cast in Aquaman is Jango Fett, which is
Timwera?
Yeah, Timwera. That guy. Morrison.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good cover.
But he's going to be playing Arthur Curry's father, Aquaman's dad.
And he called him Jango Fett because he played Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. So,
Such a terrible movie.
the last bit
No,
of
like the
news
prequels.
that I can think of off the top of my head is John Cleese joining Justice League.
Yeah, he's a part of the DCEU, but they
He
haven't
posted...
they haven't exactly said who.
Right. And
There's the theory that he's Wintergreen, who's like basically Deathstroke's
Alfred.
But then there's a couple other interesting ones.
There is, and I want to go over the last one last because that would be Jeff Johns going, we need some frivolity in this shit, because that would be perfect. But
one of the other theories
excuse me, I apologize.
is John Zatara, and for people who don't know who John Zatara is, he is
Zatanna.
Zatanna Zatara's father. And so that could be a nice little tie-in for the Justice League Dark movie.
Right, and that is one... I mean, he looks like the character, at least in the animated form. So that...
I mean, the animated form, he was a little bit younger than John Cleese, but hey, it still works.
Hey, makeup, man. You know, you can do anything with makeup.
I mean, if you can make Jeff Bridges 20 again, or
That
bring...
was not makeup, that's called digital.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you can bring what's his face, Grand Moff Tarkin, back to life in a movie,
which
you can do that.
I still don't like that, but
Yeah, I know.
it was terrible. The other thing that I found extremely interesting is they keep on talking about Green Lantern's movie, but they've never said that it's going to be introduced to Justice League or anything like that by Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart. And the
So
one
you're thinking...
I'm not thinking this. This is I
theory.
found this on
It's
Cinema
a theory.
Blend,
Okay.
and this is that they would bring him in as Tomar-Ray.
And I would be okay with that, except I still like Jeffrey Rush more.
Well, that's just your opinion.
I liked the cast of the Green Lantern movie. It's just the entire script was terrible.
The script was garbage.
Oh, but I didn't like what's her face, Blake Lively as Carol Ferris because
But they love each other. Hal Jordan and Carol Ferris forever. They're still living
I
together.
could
Okay.
literally give two shits. She's not a great actress, and she just bombed that role so hard.
But the last one, I mean, there's a couple others in here, like G. Gordon Godfrey or whatever his name is, the reporter.
No one, like, super important after that.
And then the last one that would be Jeff Johns going, I'm going to have fun with this, is you've seen in the previews, the first preview that they did it shows these medieval characters, like, burying a mother box, is that John Cleese would play a medieval knight. And if he were to do that, he needs a set of coconuts, and he needs to talk about African swallows' airspeed velocity, because
you can't see it, but I'm doing the success kid fist.
Yeah, I mean,
my God.
if I can have that in a Justice League movie, I could really die the next day and be super
A
happy.
Monty Python Justice League crossover.
The Black Knight shows up. I'm back!
Like, Superman just heat visions his arms off.
That's a flesh wound, and then it just cuts to a new scene. It's like, oh my god.
No, he's where the third mother box is. It's the Black Knight now.
Oh, it'd be so great. I would
told you it was a flesh wound.
merely a flesh wound. But if John Cleese plays a medieval knight, and you just see like his face, and he just like looks at the camera for a second, and then on his back is a pair of coconuts. Oh, come on, man. Make that happen, Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns, listen.
Oh, like he's
listening.
listening.
Jeff Johns, listen. People complain about the tone of your movie. Well, it's not even your movies, but of Zack Snyder's movies. And I just want to say that in order to get more fans, you need to bring in John Cleese as a medieval knight with coconuts on his back and a murderous bunny rabbit.
Yes. Yes.
Because if that happens,
He needs to have a gold cup that he buries with.
yes, and it's Batman searching for the Holy Grail.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of Tuesday, episode 17.
Yes.
Want to give special thanks to Maher. You know why? Rock Bottom Comics for being the junkie for our monkey, and everyone out there listening. Thank you very much. Make sure you go to iTunes, give us a rating, leave us a review. I know literally no one has except for one person. We would really helps us out. We'd appreciate it. This week we're going to do a format change. We're only doing 2. We're going to upload on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. But we're going to try to max out the time, about 45 minutes apiece. Signing out, I'm James.
I'm Kaylin.
And I'm Cody.
We'll see you guys next time.